Friday night, one of the best defensive players in the league. We saw L'Jarius Sneed make so many plays for the Chiefs, including the one that knocked the ball loose out of Zay Flowers' hands in the AFC Championship game when the Ravens were trying to make it a one-score game. The Chiefs franchise tag him. Why did they trade him away? And why was the compensation a swap of seventh-round draft choices this year and a third next year for one of the best defensive players in the NFL?
The price tag was high in terms of the contract, Rich. L'Jarius Sneed wanted to be the highest-paid cornerback in the NFL. We don't have the full details on that contract yet, but certainly he got a top-of-market type of deal. So it's a win for Tennessee to get a player like that. A lot of times the contract demands are going to impact the compensation. The way, though, that my understanding is the Chiefs looked at this was, they love L'Jarius Sneed as a player and a person. He's been a huge contributor for them, but they needed cap space. They immediately cleared that entire, I think it was about a $19 million tag. That's off the books. So now they've got more spending power right now to potentially do some different things. And yeah, they could have gotten a third-round comp pick by having Sneed play this year on that tag and then losing him in free agency next year. But the thing is, it's not like you get an automatic pick. It's based upon your free agent gains and losses. So if the Chiefs then next offseason had a couple of needs and signed a couple of guys, they would never get that pick. So instead you lock in what effectively would have been your third-round comp pick in 2025. You get that right now. There's also, as you mentioned, that swap of sevens here. And you have additional cap space, which, listen, if anybody has earned the right to move on from marquee-type players for the betterment of the entire roster, it's Andy Reid and Brett Veach. Same thing a couple of years ago at this meeting. I remember talking to Veach about trading away Tyreek Hill at this point. The math was very similar, which was the contract number got to a certain point where they felt like, you know what, we can get picks for Tyreek Hill and we can clear all this money off the books. Well, where were they at 2 years later? They spent a lot of that money on the defense. They won a couple more Super Bowls here. It'll be interesting to see with a little extra pocket change here over the next month leading up to the draft. What potentially could they add in Kansas City?
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.